from the get-go, yes, it was awkward at the beginning, like having a different role and seeing people like auditioning for like my spot. It was awkward, right? But I never was like, these girls are my competition.
Welcome back to Access Hollywood's Housewives Nightcap. I'm Lauren Herbert.
I'm Emily Orozco.
And Emily, what do you have on your head?
Oh my God, like a good Jersey Catholic girl, I went and got my ashes today. Happy Ash Wednesday to anyone that celebrates. And God bless. We are so excited to welcome one of our Jersey girls.
Jackie, we have missed you, and I'm going to be honest, we're missing you on our TV right now. I'm
on your TV. I'm still on your TV.
You are, but
there.
Like, not enough.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. But you know what? Best decision all around. I'm good with it. I'm okay with it.
Good. Give us an update on life since we last talked. How are the kids? Loved Evan's calendar photos.
Oh my God, me too. Evan, you know, at least Evan Goldschneider is still on your TV too, you know? Everyone is doing great. I've got 2 in 9th grade. I've got 2 in 6th grade. And, you know, we're all thriving. Evan had, he was teaching a course at Georgetown in the fall, and I was writing my book. So we're all, you know, all doing great.
A very scholarly family.
Yeah, I was about to say, so scholarly.
Very smart family.
A very smart family. Well, you brought up your book. We're so excited for it. Mm-hmm. Tell us about it. What can we expect? Knowing you, we know that it's going to be a very open, honest conversation.
Yeah, but it's more than that. It's like I think anyone who's ever either had an issue with eating or like fell victim to diet culture or even hated their body or like ever second guess themselves will see themselves in this story. I mean, you could totally take me out of it and still it's like an amazing book. It's like the journey of somebody, like, as much as I've said on the show, I'd say 95% of what I went through was still very, very secretive to me. And I think it's going to open up a lot of conversations about things that people don't talk about. And that's really important to me because I think one of the reasons I stayed sick for so long was because nobody talked about eating disorders. Nobody talked about diet culture in that way. And I think that if we can talk about it more and people can know that there's no shame in it, and then more people will seek help.
Honestly, it feels like we're going backwards a little right now in the culture, and it's upsetting me a lot because I'm all about like moderation and I just really try to not, what's the word? When you deprive yourself, right? And I know, Jackie, you've talked all about that and how you deprived yourself so much and how you're on your journey. So how do we reverse the culture right now?
No, it's really bad right now, especially with all, like, everyone knows what's going on with Ozempic, and I know a million people on it. And I see people who I thought never had issues with weight before, all of a sudden are like so thin and can't eat anything and don't want anything. And everyone wants to be super skinny. And I feel like it's like this, like, I'm coming back into a different world. And I'm saying, on the one hand, it like makes me sad, but on the other hand, I feel so strong that I'm like not tempted by any of that anymore. I feel so healthy. It's sad. I do think it's just a phase. I think that culture goes through so many phases of what body type is in at the moment. And I hope this one gets the hell out of here because I don't think that it's natural to be super skinny. Some people are naturally super skinny. Right. But I think that most adult women are not naturally super skinny. And I get so angry now seeing people who feel like they need to be that thin for some reason. So hopefully it's just a passing phase. I don't know how we get out of it. It's bad. This new drug is bad.
It's like bad. Everyone in Hollywood's talking about it. I think you're the one that said there were so many housewives on it. And
most of them won't admit that they're on it, but it's just quite coincidental that all of a sudden everyone is skinny. You know, there's so many people who are very skinny right now, like for the first time. So listen, I am not faulting. I want to make it clear. I understand that desire to be thin. I am not judging anyone for that. I'm also not judging anybody who needs this drug or who has binge eating disorder and who needs it for any kind of diabetes treatment. But if you're on this drug to lose 20 pounds when you don't really need to lose 20 pounds and you're actually depriving the diabetes community of a drug that they need, and you're also like malnourished now because you're not eating enough, I think it's terrible and I think it's dangerous and I wish it would stop.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to talk to Margaret about it? Because she just recently said that she did take the drug on
Not Ozempic though. She took a drug similar with a similar, I'm not a doctor.
And no.
Similar, I think it's called peptides, that can cause that weight loss. So she did own it. She was like, listen, I've done a lot of things. One of them is a drug similar to Ozempic. On 2Ts with a pod, she talked about that. So have you guys talked about it?
No, it's a little too close for home. Margaret's one of my best friends and I don't want to come across judgmental. And I think she knows my feelings on it. And I'm not going to go there with Margaret because she knows my feelings, you know, and it's bigger than like Margaret, you know, it's so much bigger than that I'm not going to like shame a friend for it, you know?
Yeah, I hear that. Well, thank you for speaking out about it. I think it's really important. I think, like you said, it's a problem.
It's
So,
it is. And the biggest problem is that you have to stay on it for your whole life. So what's going to happen when everybody, God forbid, they find a reason why people have to come off of this drug?
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
I know it doesn't make you feel good. It makes you feel like shit. So if you have to come off of it because you want to start feeling better or you want to start actually enjoying food again, you're going to have a real problem because you're going to gain a lot of weight back probably.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to talk about more of the season because like Lauren said, we haven't seen you as much as we wanted to, but where do you stand with the new girls? Because I feel like it was like a little weird scene with you and one of them in the beginning.
Danielle.
Danielle.
It seems like it's going to get weirder.
And then you didn't get invited to the Mootsie party.
So rude, right? I mean, like, honestly, I know we're shooting a housewife show, but like, you have a cast of 9 people and you invite 8 of them because you get bad vibes from one of them. That's so childish and mean. Like I was very, from the get-go, yes, it was awkward at the beginning, like having a different role and seeing people like auditioning for like my spot. It was awkward, right? Mm-hmm. But I never was like, these girls are my competition. You know, I know that like I stand alone and if they want Jackie, they want Jackie. And if they don't, then I'm not there. Right. And like this season, it was not the right place for me to be full time. We both agreed that. But I didn't look at these girls and be like, God, I have to do something to get you out of here. I can't like you. I never looked like that. I was actually so friendly to Danielle at the roller skating party. I think at one point I was like holding her hands and we were skating around together. She just decided from the jump that she did not like me and then did what I think is one of the most childish things in the world and excluded 1 out of 9 people from a cast event, which I thought was disgusting and childish. And the other 2 girls are 2 of my closest friends. I spend a lot of time with Rachel and Jen. I had a weird moment with Rachel at the very beginning too, but we quickly moved past that. And I'm very close with Rachel and Jen Fessler.
Jen Fessler is hilarious.
Yeah, she's
fun. Oh, she cracks me up. We're on the phone 6 times a day. She cracks me up nonstop. But I think Danielle, for some reason, was very threatened by me and didn't want me around and looked at me like competition. So I don't give that much of myself to Danielle this season. But she gets in my face. Another, very mature, classy move on her part. She gets in my face. You'll see in the next episode with her hands. And that's a non-starter for me. It's like grow up,
Yeah, it's very high school.
Yeah, wait, and you both grew up in Staten Island. So what happened to the Staten Island bond?
I don't know. Like I love Staten Island people. So I was very into like meeting her and getting to know her, but she just wasn't having. I mean, maybe for her it was like there's only room for one Staten Island girl here, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I
That's
wasn't thinking like
probably
that, but
it.
maybe she was. You know.
Wait,
Oh
that's
my
probably
gosh.
it. What are your whole thoughts? Obviously, this season we're gonna see a lot of Melissa versus Teresa and the wedding of it all. We know you did go to the wedding. Where are you with Teresa today? Because you guys did have a
I
past.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, me and Teresa, like, we have no personal beef right now. Absolutely nothing. I think that, like, obviously there's probably a little bit of tension because I'm so close with Melissa that she probably groups
Right.
me in with like that side. But I have no problem on my own with Teresa. If I saw Teresa, I would fully expect to say hello, be super friendly. Louie reached out to me about to congratulate me on the book, and I was very happy to hear from him. I thought that was really nice. I am not fighting anyone else's battles. I think Melissa knows that, and nobody fought my battles when I had my problems with Teresa. So I am not fighting anyone else's battles, and I would be friendly and nice to Teresa if I saw her. I am happy for her that she's happily married and living her best life. And I think it's a very sad situation. I wish it wasn't happening, but it's not my fight.
Yeah.
So
I think we all feel that way, especially with Gia commenting on the photos. We were just like, I feel bad. You can't blame her. It's just a bad
know.
situation.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
mean the Joe and Joe photos?
Yeah. And like,
Yeah,
I hate that the kids are
Oh,
involved in it now because it's just sad. We want to see them.
I know.
We want to see them get back together and make it nice. We want to bring
I
it to
know.
Laura.
would
Well,
say.
that's maybe that's season 14, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll bring Dolores on as a special guest, and we'll call it a
Yes.
Make It Nice episode.
I love that.
So the last episode, we saw things get really heated with Louie,
And
and
Evan was there. He was just,
Yes, Evan's in the calendar. Evan's there all season.
Yeah.
Evan filmed the whole season. You really like the only difference is I don't have a personal storyline, and maybe I have a little less screen time. But like for me, I was filming a lot. I just didn't have like I used to like, if we could take just a tangent for a second, like I used to use food as like when I would get stressed, I would stop eating and stuff like that. And like, I think what helped me in my recovery was knowing that like I could still be a part of the show, but I didn't have to worry about being the center of any like brutal drama, and I think knowing that was maybe made it easier for me. But I really, in terms of shooting, like I was there for everything. There's not one other, after the mozzarella party, Danielle didn't have her say anymore, and I didn't miss anything else.
Good. We want to see you back. So what did what was Evan's take on the
Did
fight?
he come home after the
Did he tell you about it?
Yeah, when Evan comes home from these nights with Joe Gorga, he can barely speak. I mean, I'm like, what happened? He's like, oh, I drank tequila. Like, I'm like, no, I don't care about that. I want to know the drama. I do remember this night, him coming home and telling me that Joe and Louie had a huge fight. I think he gets like a little weird about it. It like makes him uncomfortable too. Like nobody likes to see it. No one likes to be a part of it. We loved it when everyone was, when Louie, like when everyone was getting along and it was fun. There was a period in time when Joe and Louie were like close and the four of them were like going out, and I think everyone loved that. So Evan thinks it's a shame also. He tries not to get too involved, but he thinks it's a shame.
Yeah, I know it is. But yeah, Joe does love his tequila, doesn't he?
He does love the tequila shots.
Yes, he loves drinking. It's impossible to stay sober around him.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Jackie, well, we love chatting with you. If you could describe the season in one word, what would that one word be?
I mean, I always go back to dramatic. It's crazy. Like I said, you will never like close an episode of the show and go, well, that was boring. Like you'll never do that. It's really action packed. That's 2 words with a hyphen, action packed.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. There's a lot of physicality in Jersey. Like, yeah, there's a lot of like movement.
Yes, there is a lot of talking with the hands and the hands
Yeah.
in the face, and yeah.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes I try to watch and see how people move their hands. And the other night I was watching and I saw that Frank Catania always does this with his hands.
Yeah, he does.
So good.
But
Well,
it's a great season.
thank you, Jackie. We hope you have a lot of success with the book. Are you excited?
Before we let you go, tell us like when the book comes out.
Yes.
Just
Well,
give
you
us a
can
plug.
pre-order it now. You can pre-order now. Barnes and Noble, Amazon. There's links in my bio on Instagram, Jackie Goldschneider. And yeah, it's available for pre-order and it's doing really well in pre-orders. It was number 1 in new releases for self-help the other day. And like, I'm just blown away. So yes, pre-order it now. It comes out September 26th, and I will be on a book tour and I hope to go all over the world with it. And I can't wait to see what comes from it. And I hope it helps a lot of people and I hope people love it.